You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Real World After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Real World After Show.
Ooh, there's some tea on Twitter right now.
I'm just looking at it too. Okay.
You know it's hot out here for a pimp. It's hot out here for a pimp.
It is.
In the real
It's pretty
world.
hot.
I feel bad for Jay and Cory. All they wanted was some punan, and they going through it. But no,
Are you being serious right now? Are you being serious that you feel bad?
yeah.
Ooh, we're getting into it tonight, Jesse.
So here's the tea on Twitter. First of all, shout out to Jamie. I don't know if I can find your tweet quick enough. Nope, sorry. It's not as entertaining. But so I guess on the after show, Jenny, we saw she asked gets asked the question, you know, who
Better in bed.
lays it down.
Yeah.
I guess she said Cory on the show, but now on Twitter she's saying, I have to come clean. I was really hating Brian at the moment, but Brian is better. I didn't want to admit I was mad. # real world. And then I love Cory. Cory said, LMAO, the fakeness. You read this? I think it shows who kept it 100. Boop! Retweeted. Love you, Jenny, but sorry, boo.
So we're here for the Real World After Show.
I'm assuming she's fucking Brian now. That's why she's saying that.
That Jenny is?
Yeah.
Obviously, we talked to Cory 2 weeks ago, and he said that he was not touching Jenny with a 10-foot pole.
But that doesn't.
He didn't say it in those words, to be perfectly honest, but that's what it sounded like.
But that doesn't mean.
Wait, who are you?
What do you mean?
Who are you? Are you DJ Jesse Janedy? Are you the host of tonight's episode?
I'm getting into this Twitter beef right now because they're going ham right now. But yes,
Can
I
you
am.
just intro the show, Jesse?
Because no one knows who the hell we are, right? I'm DJ Jesse Janedy, joined in studio by Roxy Striar.
Hello.
She just wanted to say hello. Here for the Real World Ex-plosion. The Explosion episode.
Yeah, they're not getting very creative with these titles anymore.
No, but I mean, I guess this was the explosion, literally.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I feel really nervous about talking about tonight's episode because I don't know what the F to feel
I did
and who
too
I'm
because I'm
siding
like,
with.
yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna say the wrong thing, and these people, you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna comment on what the hell I saw. And if you were a hot mess in that point, then I'm sorry, you was a goddamn hot mess.
Right, I'm going to say the disclaimer one time at the top of the show.
We don't got no damn
Okay, what I'm going to say is, when I say something, it's because that's what I'm seeing, not because that's who you are as a person. I don't care if that's your edit. I don't care if that's not really who you are. I don't care if they took it out of context. That is what I'm seeing. That's what I'm commenting on. Because obviously we get all these real world people on the show. A lot of times on the show, we're like, who the F is that? They come in here and we're like, oh my God, they're a complete sweetheart. And then the fans are like, oh, you're so, whatever. I'm commenting on what I'm seeing, and then I'm commenting on who they actually are when they come in here. Period, end sentence. Moving on.
All right, well, let's talk about some hot messery. So, the Exes showed up. Everyone's surprised. Yep. Jamie was so awkward when she saw them. Oof. She was like, Tom Death upgraded.
Yeah.
Girl, bye, you're cute, but she's cute too.
Yeah, definitely. They're both good looking. They're definitely different looking, you know. We hear them talk about tonight individually. They're like, oh, I'm the cuter one. Oh, she's so different than me. I was kind of having issues with Jamie from day one. If you remember her being the cheat police, I had a problem with that. I think she's very sneaky, and we see a lot of that in tonight's episode. And I have to say, Haley was coming in hot, and I really liked her. I really liked her personality.
I like Haley.
Yeah, I liked her too.
I
didn't know if I was going to, but I did.
We'll get into them. Cory, he's excited Lauren's here, which is, that was weird. He feels like home.
I mean, were her legs not straddling him within 2 seconds of being there, and them not in the shower within an hour? That was crazy.
Awkward.
Shower within an hour. I'm like, Dr. Seuss.
Jenny feels weird, and then Lauren went up to, she's like, hi, I'm Lauren.
Yeah, and Jenny's like, Jenny, whatever. I mean, there's clearly a sense of entitlement going on here. If you are an original, you're an OG of the Real World on this. They're like, oh, this is my place. Like, you've been there for a couple weeks. It's not really any different.
Yeah, entitlement in that sense, but then there's also entitlement where all the exes are coming in like, I pissed on that first.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
you've only been here for a couple weeks.
It's I pissed on that first verse. I pissed on that most recently. So it's a tough, I don't know. It's tough. We're definitely going to have to break some
I
tea
love Cory and Ariel's reaction to it. It's just dying laughing.
Ariel was on the ground. She literally, that's why she's everything to me. Like, she caused no drama tonight. Ashley caused no drama tonight. They look around, they're like, we're so happy to be with each other. And all of a sudden we're realizing, holy crap, maybe not everybody is feeling the same way. Like, that's what actual love looks like. That's what it looks like to be happily in a relationship.
Ooh, girl, don't talk too much tea, because on Instagram today.
I'm not saying it stays forever. I'm just saying that's what it looks like to be like a happy couple thing.
Ariel posted something that alludes to the fact that.
Well, we see previews for the entire season tonight's episode, and it looks like, yeah.
Yeah,
what are you singing?
I'm just singing your backup song.
What is it?
It's called Black Roses.
Can I a little louder?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just saying, I think we're going to see some fighting later, but when you first see somebody, it should be all like sunshine and roses, you know? This is the first interaction, and some of it is not like that. And I cannot tell you, if I was in this house and my ex-boyfriend walked in, I would be tripping. I mean,
but my thing is I would laugh and I would be like, you're clearly sleeping in another bed and I don't give a damn what the hell you do.
Yeah.
So please don't even try to have any type of interaction with me while we're here.
What's weird is that weird is that nobody had that reaction.
No,
not
I know.
one
They're
person
all
had
still
that
like,
reaction.
yeah, I'm a little in love. But that's why they were selected for the show. I wouldn't have been a great candidate for this because I don't talk to none of mine.
I don't know. I talk to all my exes. I have problems though. Girl got issues.
See, you should have been on this season. We find out Jenna just wants Jay to commit, and again, Jay, you know, I think it's his voice that like just wins me over with him. But the whole entire time, all he's doing is complaining. Ah, man, I could have gotten any girl's number around here, and now I can't because Jenny's here. Well, I thought you wanted to make it where, you know, I came here so I could have my time instead of, you know, we always have we time. Well, weren't you on the phone trying to get her to be cool with you?
Yeah, here's, I'm having issues with that, but the bigger problem for me, and I keep bringing it up, and I'm going to keep bringing it up all season because it's relevant, I just don't understand where the kid's head is at when he literally last week or 2 weeks ago was home for his mom's funeral, and then he comes back and he's like, looking for pussy, basically, and now he's pissed that Jenna's there. If I were him, I would just be like, I'm so happy in this time of need that my best friend and my person is here with me.
Okay, I get that, but I also get the other side of it. Like,
I want to go get laid?
Like I see
what?
that. I mean, I can find. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. Clearly, but how old is he? He's like what, 23 or something?
No, he's like 27.
No,
he's the oldest one on the show, I think.
Really?
I think he's 27.
Okay, I mean, look, if we're getting pushing the age, 27, his mom passed away. No, I'm still going to give it to him. Like, I'm going to give it to him. Okay, you're in a situation, your mom passes away, your brain is just all over the place. The most important person, now, you would think, common sense and a loyal man would say, wow, the closest woman in my life just passed away. You know, I want to make sure that I treat this woman who's been so close to me and
who I
loyal
already
to me.
cheated on. I lost once. Don't want to lose again.
I want to prove to her. I don't want to lose those moments like I lost with my mom. You would think that would be the answer. Right, which it normally does. But the thing is men have penises. And so sometimes the brain and the penis overpowers the brain and the head.
It's hard because I only have one head and you guys have two, so it's difficult.
Do not get it twisted because y'all clams be getting real excited too.
Okay, here's all I'm saying. First episode coming in, I came out and I was like, Jay's my favorite guy on the show. I love him. I honestly still feel like if I had to be close with a guy on the show, Jay and I would kick it. Like, I could sit in there and be like, what are you doing? Like, we would talk. I would really like to sit down in a room with this guy and have a beer, grab a drink, whatever. Even if it was flirting, he seems like an awesome dude. I just feel like his head is not in the right place right now. And I think that Jenna can really help him with that if he lets her, which it doesn't seem like he's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and that's where the annoying phase comes with Jenna. It's like, I've been with you for so long, it's like almost, do I want to keep going through the same situation? We see this with everybody. One thing Jenna keeps saying is, oh, I'm comfortable. Tom keeps saying, I'm comfortable. And if this is MTV's way of like raising a generation and teaching them how to be in relationships, because I was like, this seems like that.
That's my biggest issue with this entire. I'm freaking out over that because seriously, tonight Jenny says it too. Jenny's like, "Oh my God, I just want to be with you because I'm so comfortable with you, so I always go back to you."
Yeah.
Are we trying to say that this is what it is supposed to be? I mean, that's supposed to be the absolute last thing. You're not supposed to be in a relationship because it's easy, because you feel comfortable in it, even though you know it's hot. Yeah,
like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even understand. And like you're saying, if your ex walked in, me too, I would be like, you stay on your side of the room. I'm not trying to have my time ruined. I'm not trying to ruin your time. You bring whoever you want home. I'm going to bring whoever I want home. Because that's what it's like. No, I'm serious.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
But and I would be in a completely different position. All of these people seem to be in similar positions. And all of these people seem to want to be comfortable. I mean, I guess comfortable is an okay thing to be. It's not great to be completely uncomfortable, but is that what I'm like, ooh, being in love feels like comfort?
And also, none of these people know how to establish boundaries.
Right.
Like, that's the craziest part to me. Like, you as a human being, I feel like the first thing that you do when meeting a person is establish some sort of boundary. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be anything. But boundary in the sense of, if I come up to you, you can walk into a room and not say hi to the person, right?
Right.
Okay, well, now you've created awkward boundaries, and now no one knows where we're going with this.
Right.
Or you could introduce yourself, and now you're establishing a connection here. Okay, there's a connection, but the boundaries haven't been crossed yet. I don't know, it blows my mind that, like, no one can sit there and say to their ex and be like, okay, look, yes, I'm fucking Cory now, and I know that bothers you, but it shouldn't bother you because you literally were just on the phone talking about you needed to finish fucking this girl to realize if you want to be with me.
Okay.
So, we don't have to fuck in front of you, but you have to understand that is probably going to continue to go on.
Right. I will say,
like, that's just common sense.
Tom did try to do that, but he fell apart pretty quick. He pulls Haley aside and he says, listen, I'm dating Jamie and you need to respect that, and I still would like to be your friend if you can respect the fact that I have a girlfriend and I'm in a committed relationship.
Great.
But then, an hour later, he's sitting there like, I don't like relationships, and...
No, before that. Okay, that's great that you say this, but then we get the whole, everyone's being a hypocrite now. Okay, you tell her, you have to respect boundaries, bam, 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 bam.
Like,
great, but then
cheese.
all of a sudden, you're feeding her cheese. You're telling her, oh, if I see you bring a man home, like...
You better not bring a guy home. That was crazy.
Well, how that, like, and that's my thing with Tom. That's why, because I always thought, oh, I'd probably be cool with Tom because he seems like a pothead. Like, not after tonight's episode, because I can't deal with simplicity. And if you can't connect the dots as far as why I would be upset that you can fuck this bitch in the house, but I can't even bring a person home.
Jesse, you have to feel bad.
I don't feel bad, no.
I could literally see Tom's brain trying to process what was going on, and he was trying so hard. He's sitting there, and he's perplexed, and he's like, why do I feel like this?
I don't have time to sit around that.
No, I felt bad for Tom. Here's the thing. He clearly has feelings for Haley. Is that deniable? Can you deny that?
100%
He clearly has feelings for Haley. He wishes he never got in the relationship with Jamie. Obviously, they've known each other for 3 weeks, and she was like, I want to be your girlfriend, and he could have been a big boy and said, I don't want to be your boyfriend, but he didn't do that because he was like,
he was scared
whatever.
and wanted some pussy.
And because he never thought that his ex-girlfriend would come come back in the house. He's like, yeah, I'll take her as a girlfriend, and then when I leave, maybe I'll just dump her, whatever. He was never seeing that this would come, and it did. And I'm sitting here just being like, oh, you dumb little shit, man. Like
he's really sitting at that park like, oh my God. Wait, like, I'm supposed to be with Haley, and now she knows. Now everyone knows that I slept with Jamie, and like.
And I told everybody I only had sex with 3 people.
He's going through. It's what he said. I don't feel bad though, because it's like, dude, like, come on.
This is what he says to Jenny. He goes, I know what I want to do, but it's not going to make me look very good. No, honey, you're right.
Well, you don't look good right now.
You don't look good right now, and dumping Jamie's not going to make you look good. Cheating on Jamie's not going to make you look good. Sitting there and being what you're doing is not going to make you look. So what?
You know what though? This is so horrible. Yes, you're right. It's not going to make him look good, but I really wouldn't care if he cheated on Jamie, because my thing is this.
I'm sorry.
I hate to say it because it sounds like I don't like Jamie, which that's not the case. Her personality isn't what I thought it was, but I mean, she's a stage 5 clinger. Like,
yeah, totally.
It's fucking weird. It's 3 weeks into a relationship. Like, you don't, this is why she was probably so hurt from Cameron. She's freaking out. Is Cameron coming? Is Cameron coming? Cameron. It's so funny that my ex is the only one. Like, girl, you want Cameron to be there.
Absolutely.
I think she craves that drama, that attention.
But I agree. I absolutely agree. But the question is, Jesse, is she like this because of Cameron? Because of what he did. Now she's like this, or was she like this, and that's why Cameron did what he did?
I think this is Jamie, and I think she was
too.
with him, and I think it gets to a point. Now imagine Jamie dating a singer who's on the road and has groupies.
I know, but maybe that's what caused her to be like this.
Bitch,
I don't
Jamie,
think
you
so.
need to be with the UPS man. Not even that, because then she's probably like, whose houses are you delivering to?
I know. Here's the thing. She's cute. She's definitely a good-looking girl. She has some really great personality traits that I'm like, oh, I could see why this girl's cool, loyal. She's got her own style. She got her plug. She's definitely a type. But I don't see her as Tom's type.
I don't even like that Haley was saying that. Like, hey, I know that's not his type. Well, bitch, maybe you don't. Maybe,
no, I'm not saying like.
Maybe Tom was done with his little simplicity and decided he wants some sushi, boo.
But
so
think about
get your little dry saltine cracker ass pussy out of here, because maybe he wanted some of the sushi.
Remember Tom talking outside the club the other night, and he's like, I really don't like her plugs. It's like he was pointing out things about her that he didn't like. I just don't think that. I don't know. I think that when you're this confused, maybe it's neither of them, Tom. Maybe neither of them are right for you.
Honestly, after watching these episodes, I don't think any of them need to be with any of them.
No,
you know what?
Well, so far, Ashley and Ariel, we don't know what else happens, but so far, I'm okay with them as a couple.
Yep. So far, what we've seen, I agree with that. Oh my God, I don't even want to get into Jenny and Brian right now. But let's just do it. So Brian keeps looking at Cory. He's in the house, and Brian, we get it. Like,
this macho man
your
act.
girlfriend slept with another dude in the house. You're irritated, embarrassed. We get it. You look more embarrassing bitching about it. Like, just admit it. The dude smashed your girl. She smashed him.
I would have said, why doesn't anybody just... Here's what I don't get. If I was on the show, I would phrase it like that. I would literally say, yo, this is kind of weird because you smashed my girl and that's not your bad. That's obviously hers. But I have all intentions in trying to get her back. So if you, just so you know, that's what I'm doing. Like...
Roxy, I mean, you're thinking way too clearly. Complex.
I know.
Way too complex right there. Now, you know what? After meeting Cory, I feel like he can understand that type of a conversation. But I think while watching him and Brian kind of have that interaction as far as, you know, it is what it is, and you do you, I'll do me. Cory, it's like whose dick is bigger, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
And Cory's playing into the game.
He is a little bit, but not as much as Brian.
But you know what?
Brian has more to prove because he's like coming into the house.
Exactly, and you know he feels whatever way about his girl. I get that, and this is totally going to all be about pride, and hopefully both of them, you know, clearly they haven't gotten past the pride situation because you saw that they were irritated with each other on the show, after show today. But you know, he keeps saying, I can feel this energy, this whatever. Do you think Cory was intimidated at all by Brian?
I don't even think that was something that crossed his mind. I think it was more, I don't think he was like, uh-oh, I'm scared. I think he was more like, what, you know? They're both, their guards are up and they're like two animals ready to fight each other, you know? I think that they're a pretty even match, you know. I don't think that one is way more intimidating. We hear them both tonight. I'm the hotter one. I'm the more built one. Their shit don't stank.
Or like, hey, Jenny, come on, let's do the box jump challenge. Like, calm down.
I don't care about that.
No one is playing that game. This isn't a competition. Like, this isn't the real world challenge. Like, we're here on the real world.
I liked Brian more and more as the episode went on, but at the top of the episode, you know, he has
horrible edit.
Yeah, definitely could be a bad edit, but also could be him coming in trying to prove something. Last week we hear that Jenny's the prize and he wants to win it. And this week we hear him say that he wants closure, whether it's closure separately or together. That was kind of weird.
Okay, I get. Here's the thing. The whole episode, you and me were kind of going back and forth because you're like, oh, you know, I don't get what Brian's saying. I get what Brian's saying. I get where Brian's coming from. You want closure. Okay. To me, okay, even with the phone call, the original phone call where he was like, oh, well, no, I'm going to talk to this girl and see if I like her. Brian sounds like he's actually probably a really good dude when it comes to a relationship. However, I don't know if it's the steroids that he's taken or what that causes him to be possessive and jealous.
And putting up a front.
Mm-hmm. I think he really likes Jenny. I think Jenny hurt him, whether it was because he hurt her and did something childish or whatever, and they can't forgive each other. I just keep seeing this like trait of both of them hurting each other, and they're like saying vindictive things to each other that I don't think they're even really doing to each other. You know, he's saying, oh, I could sleep with any girl. I don't think he's really trying to bring any girl to the house. I think he's saying that because he feels threatened and he feels like your vagina was on another man's dick last night.
Right.
And without saying that, he's saying,
does
I mean, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, it's that, absolutely. But it's also, you have to think of the fact that he's coming into this house as the only new dude. You know, and we've got Tom there, and Tom in his direct-to-camera, he says, if he has a problem with Cory, he has a problem with Jay and myself, and he's going to have a problem with his pretty boy face, you know, so...
Okay, calm down.
Yeah, of course, Tom, like, what are you actually going to do? But the point of that is, you know, he's trying to, like, show that he's not just a little pushover, he's not a wimp, he's coming in for his woman, and he's going to get her back.
He's using, you know, if he's using her body like that, like,
I'm pretty positive she was using his body just as much.
Right.
Yeah,
if not more.
I just think that it's an incredibly uncomfortable situation, and he's trying to prove himself, and I'm not even sure really to who, but just to everybody, you know?
Let's talk about proving in awkward situations when Lauren wanted to take a shower with Cory and they started messing around in the shower.
How long do you think that actually was after they walked into the house?
I wonder if they, like, what they did. Like, I don't think they had sex.
No, I think that they showered.
Yeah.
I think that they actually showered, like, naked. And he's like, oh, your titties got small. And she's like, yeah, aren't I skinny? It's like, honey, no, that's not what he was saying to you. He was saying your boobs got smaller. Like, sorry. Okay, but
in other words, he's been playing with Jenny's big-ass tits, and
I know.
now he's comparing you.
In all fairness, we kind of gave Lauren some crap.
And I still will go.
That's fine. Absolutely do your thing. I think she's adorable. I think she is frickin' adorable. I really liked her tonight's episode. Kind of wouldn't be a friend of mine, a little needy with him, like leaning on him in the director cameras. But I think, like, you know what? She's just head over heels for him and wants him back, and it's just gonna be that pet there. I think she was cute. Okay, what? Okay, what? Stop looking at me.
I mean, you're right. A pet is the perfect word for it. I mean,
she was. Didn't you?
It's just,
like,
but it's just like
purr.
everywhere. I just feel like that girl from, was it Penelope from Saturday Night Live? Like,
hey guys, what are you guys doing today? Like, what did she say to you, Haley? Haley, what did you and Tom talk about? What's Jamie doing? Like, hey.
Like,
yeah, this Haley Lauren.
Girl, what small town is she from? Because clearly this is
Michigan,
like the biggest
somewhere
thing
in Michigan.
that has happened.
Yeah. And Haley and Lauren's relationship is...
I'll definitely say Lauren looks way cuter this episode.
Yes.
Because last week I was looking at her like, what?
Haley and Lauren's relationship is so funny because it's like they have to be friends, you know? And we see they like curl up in bed together, and it's like you guys have known each other for legitimately 24 hours.
But they're low-key going through the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I
Hey,
think
our dudes are screwing other girls.
Yeah, but one of them's getting to screw her dude and the other one isn't.
Well, Haley, if you're crying about that, you're on the winning side. Like, Lauren, you just look gross and dumb. Like, literally, he slept with her the night before you came.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's so ridiculous because when Brian says, I bet you were riding his dick last night, or however he phrased it, she doesn't say anything because, because yes, last night that is in fact what I was doing. But you know what?
And now we know that look at Cory Lyon talking about he uses condoms.
I know. I would like to think, no, honestly, not I would like to think, I know myself. I wouldn't have sex with somebody this early into the season. I can't say that I wouldn't have sex with somebody the entire time on the show, but this early into the season, there's no effing way. So I wouldn't be in this position. But if I was in this position and I was Jenny, I think that I would just start having sex with my ex too, I guess, if I was still in love with him and thought that there was going to be a future there and didn't think there was going to be one with Cory. You know, I don't know that if I was Brian, I would have sex with Jenny, but as Jenny, I would definitely go for Brian.
Okay, I guess in Jenny's situation, I get that. But at the same time, then it's like, they're your ex for a reason. Like, having sex with somebody on national television immortalizes that.
Yeah.
So, like, really think about all those times you were crying and yada yada and going through it, and he was out doing whatever with who, and I mean, I'm not saying to not have sex, but, like, think about the right time and place. Like, we all can really kind of go a period of time without having sex. It is capable. We are capable of doing it.
You're the one who's talking about the two heads. I mean...
I'm just saying, you know, I mean, yeah, but we're talking about Jenny. She seems like the bitch can't keep her damn cooter tied together.
I know. And I don't know, though. It's like... You have to think you're in a house with somebody and you think they're sexy. I really know that I wouldn't
Temptation,
do it.
100%.
Yeah.
I believe in it. I've experienced it.
I know. I just can't judge.
It's a bitch.
Especially considering that they had no... It's not like they knew their exes were going to come eventually. They had no frickin' idea. You just have to keep reminding yourself, like, I'm sure...
But my thing is okay, you were cool with it and you came to a level where you guys both felt adults about it.
Who?
So,
What?
Jenny and Cory.
Okay.
So, okay, you guys feel like... I feel like Jenny has horrible communication issues when it comes to dealing with dudes, actually. Because, I mean, I think she's working on it. I think that's why her and Cory can have that friendship, because they had to talk about it in order to get them to a place of being friends with benefits. Now just reverse that with your man. You sit him down, and you have to be stern with him. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, if you want to be with Brian, fine. But you also have to realize you're not going to sit there. It's like every time Brian was like, what did he say? You're a manipulator, you're deceiving, which maybe she is.
And she says, yeah.
She didn't really, like, deny it. So I'm kind of like, at this point, what I'm taking it as is he was really, really, like, intense in the relationship and in love with her. And it was a little too intense, and she might have strayed away. And then he maybe didn't do too much. He got jealous because she said he got possessive and jealous. So maybe he got possessive and jealous over nothing. And now she's...
I don't know. I think they
away?
probably both dicked around on each other. It seems to me...
He's, honestly, though, everything that he's saying about, like, sleeping with another girl, even when it was back to the phone, it just seems like it's coming from a place of hurt. And he's just trying to
make her
back.
Jealous and, yeah.
Like, reciprocate something.
Yeah, I do know what you're saying there.
Do you get that from it?
I do a little bit. Here's the thing. It's not that I think Jenny's intentionally trying to deceive us or hide anything from us, because I really don't, but I don't feel as if we know the full story yet.
Right.
And I hope that we can get the full story. Either I know that we're going to have Jenny in here, but even just from watching the show, I'm hoping that we can find out a little more about what actually happened in their relationship, because I'm kind of confused on who's hurt, because they both seem hurt. They both seem like kind of wounded animals who want to go back to each other because it's quote unquote comfortable, which is still something that you and I are confused. This comfortability thing, like I don't really understand that is the driving factor of being in love, but it seems like everybody's in agreement on this show about it, so what the hell do I know?
I mean, I get what they're saying. It's and I have to remember the ages, because there are, when I look back at my life and I think of the stages of relationships and moving from a small town to the big city, I'm trying to put myself in their shoes as far as where they stand with the relationships. I mean, for Jenny, that she's at the gym and she's openly talking about being friends with benefits with Cory. Okay, and then that's when UBC Brian steps in. He threatens her and says, I can sleep with any girl if I want.
I just think that's immature.
Right, because then the following statement is, because I'm not going to get hurt. He's telling you.
Yeah.
I just think they need a counselor to come in here and just kind of, translate what each one's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that sometimes they've been together for 5 years. Sometimes when you've been together that long, there's too much history to look past. And sometimes it's not possible to move on. I'm not saying that's what's going on here because, again, I don't know their situation well enough yet. I have a feeling we're going to know it, and then I really can assess what's going on and who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and how they can end up being together or not.
Now, Jenny, another thing, I do not understand why you were crying. Brian said he'll flirt with other guys. You literally were sleeping with Cory the day before.
Yeah, but if I recall correctly, she only slept with Cory after she was on the phone with Brian and found out he slept with somebody else.
Okay, yes, that is what happened.
It's like they're going tit for tat.
Even if Brian hadn't have said that, come on.
Okay, I know, but I think it's more just like she wasn't doing that in front of his face, and now he's going to do it in front of hers, and she's sad, and she's looking for sympathy points a little bit.
Yeah, but if you can't take it, don't give it.
My bigger thing about this, Jesse, is, I mean, what's going on with this vote out policy,
Girl, come on.
What's going on? Okay.
You are not powerful than Buna Murray.
Yeah, she's like, we can vote you out.
No, you can't.
This is not Survivor.
No.
I mean, I get that you guys voted Ashley out, but you didn't really. Ashley said, if the whole house wants me back, then I'll come back.
Because she could have came back.
Right. I'm pretty sure that even if the house voted for her not to come back, she could have. We're going to have to ask somebody about that, so don't take my word for it. But I don't think it's just a thing now where you can just vote anybody off with a majority vote. What is that?
And especially he hadn't hit anybody. It wasn't a situation where anyone felt threatened. Buna Murray would have been like, well, we're sorry. I mean, that's the way that this season's going.
Right. In all fairness, I did like this moment because we saw Jamie and Ariel have Jenny's back.
Yeah. And
we haven't really established much of a relationship amongst the women in this house. The closest relationship that I've seen so far is with Jenny and actually Ashley, the one who left. They were like little fake friends. We're really not getting this. What's a bromance for women? Womance?
Woman empowerment,
yeah,
a romance.
Yeah. A womance. We're not getting much of a womance this season.
No.
It just sounds like a baby. Womance.
But also, that was a good scene seeing that, but I also liked when Cory was talking to Tom, and Tom was kind of saying I'm afraid there's going to be a cat fight between Haley and Jamie.
About to be a what?
And Cory said, well, if that happens, you got to have Jamie's back.
Right.
That was interesting.
It was interesting. I really do feel like the OGs are trying to stick together here. And if I was Jamie, which... honestly, I would break up with Tom right now. You clearly have feelings for your ex. He hasn't had her back.
But
I thought it was interesting that Cory said that. Yeah, but she won't because she loves love.
No, I think at this point she won't because it's pride.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
She doesn't want to, in her mind, she doesn't want the pity party, even though she'd probably love it. She doesn't want the pity party of, oh, well, he was my boyfriend, and then now he's not my boyfriend, and now I have to sit in this house and watch them be happy with each other. That ain't happening on Jamie's watch.
The fact that she tried to help Haley find another guy, and she was like to the camera, "Oh, I'm only doing this because I want to see how Tom reacts." And then she says to Haley, "Wait, so does he have to be like a Tom duplicate?" That was so manipulative and girl, you know what you're doing. And in her direct to cameras, Jamie's like, I know Haley's smarter than she comes off. Well, Jamie, guess what? We know you're smarter too. We know what you're doing. You're admitting out loud even what you're doing. It's just from one woman to another, come on, baby girl.
It's doing the most.
Yeah.
DTM, and especially the club scene when they went to the club, and Haley was talking to what's his name, to Tom, and basically says, this is really hard for me, and then here comes Jamie. What's going on?
I know.
Okay, girl. They weren't making out. They were just sitting there having a conversation. I get it.
Okay.
You feel insecure, but that's not sexy. Like,
I have to be Nicolette and Drea for a second, though, because they would be sitting here pulling their hair out saying, if my man was talking to another woman and I saw her talking to another woman, I'd be like, get off the... So they would agree with what Jamie
absolutely,
was doing.
100%.
I just don't.
That's exactly what... Well, and now we kind of had a different thing. Before the club scene, Jamie and Jenny, were getting dressed, and Jenny tells Jamie that the dress made her belly and pooch look too big. And Jamie is jealous of Haley's body.
Talking about things that this show is teaching the generation, I mean, first of all, Jamie, you have a banging body. Like, you're tiny, so... I don't know why Jenny told you that. Your stomach looked actually flat in that. I do that to my girlfriends all the time, too. I'll say, does this look whatever? And sometimes they'll say if it does, but that's because it's something that's like squeeze. This dress looks great on her.
Okay, now, because I'm be the first person to tell someone not to wear something.
Right.
Now, I mean, from our point of view, it might have. But in person, because it was a pattern, it could have looked...
We saw it at like 6 angles, Jess. Like,
I'm Team Jenny on that one because I wouldn't want my friend looking a mess.
Yeah, me neither, but I thought she looked great.
Well, all right.
I don't know. I'm just saying, if she didn't look great, then maybe they should have showed us a different angle. It's
you know
like
what?
The Real
what
World
made her
showing
look
us...
not cute is the fact that her insecurities are showing.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely.
That's not... sexy at all.
That's the problem with Jamie right now. There's just nothing about her that like exudes sexy and confident and what this girl, and I bet if she was doing that and doing her own thing, Tom would be like, that's hot.
Yeah.
But instead, who's doing that is Haley. She's going out, talking to other guys, coming back, sitting with him, being like, oh, you don't like that? Oh, you know what? Don't really talk to me because I don't want to be, let me go flirt with that guy, Haley's
and Jamie's making it worse.
Yeah,
like Jamie,
worse.
you're literally actually
way
kind
worse.
of feeding Haley to Tom.
I'm actually really impressed and proud about how Haley's acting because some girls would walk in this house and be like,
bitch,
I peed here first, exactly like you're saying. But she's like, okay, I will try to respect that. And you know what? I'm unhappy as long as you guys together, so just please do me a favor and try to leave me alone. And it's okay that her feelings are up and down. It's like a roller coaster. 1 minute she wants that, but she's not causing huge amount of drama. She's just kind of being relaxed about it, and I know she's hurting, but she's doing the best she can, so I give her props.
Another jealous one, Miss Lauren. They're in the club, and Lauren reaches over to Cory and says, do you think Jenny's attractive?
Like, obviously, he had sex with her.
Yeah, and he says, no, not when she's out. Okay, I understand that because last week we had the pussy on the floor. And then Lauren was
pussy
like...
on the floor, pussy
Lauren, he literally
floor.
just fed you a bullshit line. And you were just like reaping the benefits of bullshit.
That's if you just take her, Jesse, as what she is, like the little pet. She's a little cute little thing, and she's like, it's like a kind of nothing thing right now. And you know what? I'll just take it for what it is. Don't feed into it too much.
She's a Pokemon.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, let her be there doing her thing. That's what she wants out of life. Some people out of life, what they want is their man. They want to stand by him. They want to be their little pet, and she seems happy doing it. So let her be happy doing that.
Right,
I would never
but
be
then
happy
be
with that
real.
life.
Don't talk about, I don't compare myself to other girls. Then why did you ask if she was hot? If he found her attractive?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I've got nothing there.
Gotta catch them all, right?
Pokemon.
So Haley and Jenny
Can you
sees
name another one other than Pikachu?
Bulbasaur. Haley and Jenny. Haley basically tells Jenny, which I'm like, no, girl, because she's gonna go run into Jamie. It's hard out here to see Tom and Jamie together. And
She didn't say anything that bad, though.
no, but you're admitting now that you have feelings, which let Jamie hear that, and Jamie's gonna tick off like a damn bomb.
Yeah, but Tom already told Jamie that, and honestly, I think it's confident and sexy that she's saying that. Listen, yeah, I do have feelings for you. Here it is.
But can we just laugh about the Haley and Lauren bathroom scene?
I mean,
That
they're
was
not
my
going to show
favorite.
this. Like, what are they going to do? Show the bathroom door with subtitles?
I just couldn't.
I'm loving that the Real World is making fun of themselves this season, showing themselves this season. The producers, I say it every week, again. I'm loving it. That was a great moment. Give it to me.
What was
Give it
not
to
a
me,
great
baby.
moment for anybody was Jamie stepping in the vomit.
Jesse, you have to do that while I was drinking. Oh.
Literally
I
disgusting.
really thought you were going to go down at the moment. You were going to vom.
It was so nasty, and just how slow. Like, bitch, ladies, this is not why you do not
Bitches
take
be taking their
your shoes
heels off. I mean, if you do, I have to say I really try hard not to, but I've been known sometimes to take my heels off. Girl, you look at the ground every step. I mean, First of all, that could have been a shard of glass.
Okay, we're not even talking about it anymore, actually.
Okay.
So then when they go inside, Brian apologizes to Jenny. Now, here's the thing. When you apologize to someone, you don't follow it up with negative comments. Hey, I'm sorry. I want to apologize. But, I don't think you respect yourself.
Yeah, as much
And
as
I also want to let you know that I have all the opportunity, as sorry as I am, but do you know that I have all the opportunity in the world to sleep with whoever I want to sleep with? But I'm rewarded, I don't need to hook up, but I feel rewarded when I sleep with you.
Right.
Because I'm comfortable with you.
I know, Jesse, I know. It's like, honestly, people sometimes don't know how to say sorry. If you're saying sorry, you either just say, I'm sorry, or you say, I'm sorry because here's what I did wrong. You never say, I'm sorry, here's what you did wrong, because that's not saying you're sorry. Also, if you're a good-looking person in the world, you can sleep with people. Congratulations.
Or if you have money.
Or if you have money. Or if you're a bad-looking person. Or if you are walking, if you have
If you're
feet,
breathing.
a brain, a mouth maybe. Like you.
As long as you got a hole
There's-
or a dick, you can sleep with whoever you want. A pulse.
Like we get it.
Sometimes you don't even have to have a
Brian,
pulse.
you are sexy. I will be the first to admit, oh, dear God, you are so sexy. You are just so effing sexy. And you're right. You could probably sleep with anybody you wanted to. But why do you have to say that? Why do people say that? People only say that when they're feeling insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise you wouldn't say it. You would just know it. And then it would be there in your head.
Like, honestly, and Jenny just seems so cool. Like, she needs better comebacks. Like, maybe she doesn't have gay friends. Because, like, in that moment when he says that, be like, is your dick feeling small today? Like, what's going on? Like,
it was weird to me tonight that Jenny basically called Cory basic. She was like, he only speaks on surface level. He's all talking about getting his, swell on at the gym.
which was interesting that Brian thought Cory was mature.
Yeah, and that he said that. I'm really, really not into talking shit about people that you hook up with or have ever hooked up with. It's like a very big pet peeve of mine. I'm not into people that I'm dating talking shit about their exes either. I don't like it. If you dated them and you're not dating them anymore, then if you really don't care, just don't talk crap. Just don't talk crap about them. Why is Jenny sitting there after Brian says, I think that Cory's pretty mature, and then talking crap about Cory? It was just so unnecessary.
She's irritated. Here's where I feel it is. She's irritated that Cory slept with or is
in the shower
shower with Lauren. So now she's directing those comfortable feelings to Brian to make him feel more secure about himself. But it's like, at the end of the day, you still slept with Cory.
What do you think would have happened? And this never would have happened, but I'm curious. If Cory had turned to Jenny and said, listen, I know that Lauren's back, but I want to keep sleeping with you and not her. I want to keep doing my thing with you.
I think Jenny her pussy would have been flowing like the damn
You think
Niagara
so?
Falls, and there would have been so much tea.
Because Cory very clearly made the first move, by Jenny, It was not that mutual. Jenny was like, okay, I get the hint. He's sleeping with Lauren now. And I kind of feel like if Cory had gone after Jenny, Jenny would have been into Cory. Cory, Brian, same thing to her a little bit. No, it's not fair to say that because there is more history with Brian.
Okay, yeah,
and she says the thing about
but
the
that's
family.
why she keeps going back to Brian. She basically is saying, oh, I would never get in a relationship with Cory because it's just like getting in a relationship with Brian. So you'd rather be with the comfortable basic dick than the new basic dick. Like, it doesn't, I don't know, she kind of contradicts herself when she talks about Cory and Brian.
Right.
It's like, admit that you banged him, admit that you enjoyed banging him, and, it is what it is. Like, even if you hate him now, it is what it is. It's on national television, so you can't really lie about it or fake the funk anymore because we are watching it.
Right, and I don't think she's trying to. I don't think she's trying to fool anybody right now. I do think she's kind of loud and proud and awesome and big tits and sexy looking and out to play, but once again, we just don't know about her history right now, so it's hard to understand where she's coming from sometimes.
What does she say? I love you and I want your babies.
I can't see anybody else raising my children but you. And he says, That's so sweet. And then he started to cry, and he kind of won my heart over a little bit. I know, I fall for that. I fall for that kind of stuff. I know.
Okay, but I mean, like, normally I would fall for that, but we're not watching a Lifetime movie, so what's going to happen is he's going to cry about it, and then he's going to hit on some girl at a pizza place, and it's going to be all shit loose.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm glad in the moment there's all this emotion, and now he feels like he's winning her over, and, you know, he's tearing up.
Because she's the prize to win.
Yeah, like, you don't, I don't know, whatever. Tom's feeding Haley cheese in bed, like, he feels bad. She's isolated. She's miserable as long as he's with Jamie. Then we get the 7 periods synced together.
Oh, why'd she have to say that?
But it's so true. Haley looking at pictures with Jay, like, Haley, that was a seed.
Yeah.
She planted that seed on purpose.
I know. Of course, that was smart.
And Jamie was livid, and Jamie thought she was so slick. She was like, "Oh, bitch, you want to pull pictures around? Like, all right, fine. I haven't gotten my pictures of me in my little damn Japanese outfit developed yet with Tom from last week, but I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna pretend I'm your friend. I'm gonna find you a man at the park. Like, we're not adopting a puppy.
You're not in like a feature film and you're making a plot against it. You know, just be you. And why don't you just, if you don't care, don't care. And if you do, just say you do. I feel like, I don't know, but I will say it's making for some pretty good TV. Then the other weird thing was the end scene with the Cory and Lauren and him talking about being stuck, you know?
I mean, do you see her? She is a clinger. Her and Jamie should be friends.
I think she's so cute.
Her and Jamie should be lesbian
like, boo. That's how I feel about her.
Girl, I understand exactly what Cory's going through. I mean, you're in a situation where all this fucked up shit's going on. You can't sleep with the girl that you've been smashing.
Yeah, I know.
So the comfortable girl comes. She's a clinger. He knows she's going to be right up on him. So it's like, well, you know what? Why not? But it's like,
he
at
says
the same
we can't not be together. Honestly, I don't feel bad for Jay in this moment because Jay was actually dating Jenna and now she's here. I do feel a little bad for Cory because his spot got completely blown up and he didn't sign on for this. And not only that, but it's not like he was living with Lauren before. She was in New York. He was in LA. Like, I do kind of feel bad for him.
And then we got the awkward situation where Tom basically tells Jamie that he doesn't know if he wants to be in a relationship with her. And Jamie's like,
she says, "Are you saying that?" And he goes, "I'm trying to think about it." And yeah, she like dragon faced him. And then the episode ended. I mean,
girl.
Like, this is why women look bad. Because men are all trying to do their thing, and all these women are like clinging for dear life. Like, why can't any of these people just rock it and be? Like, I guess Haley is rocking it a little bit, but I don't know.
No, I mean, Haley's rocking it a little bit, but at the end of the day, she's still moping in the damn bedroom. Her and Tom would be perfect for each other. They literally are in the bed all the time.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, I'm going to be strong and strong. And she can only hold that face up for so long before she breaks.
That's true. I know that we're going to see it.
On that note, let's head to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay.
Fun drunk times. Then we get Jenna versus Jay. Tom is ending a friendship. Haley versus Tom. Cory versus Brian. And Cory done knock someone up.
Yeah, I definitely think it's Lauren because if it was Jenny, then it would be who knocked Jenny up, which guy, you know? I bet Lauren hasn't slept with somebody else in a while. I think that Lauren's pregnant.
I'm sorry.
I know. And that's crazy. We also know we're not back next week, which makes me want to just cry my little eyes out.
I know.
But we saw, this was when we got the mid-season, you know, we see everything that's going, and I just feel like it seems like even more alcohol and more fighting than usual. No?
Yeah, and I'm loving it. I mean, there's about 11 people in there now?
Yeah, there's 11 of them. So, I don't know, though, when Haley hit Tom and Tom was like, why don't you hit me like you've done before? That made me feel like, you know what? We don't know what's gone on in their past. And that's when I really started thinking, I don't really know what's gone on in any of these exes' pasts, which makes me know we're about to get some real tea. I used the word.
Well, all right. Let's ask our fans a question. We want to know what y'all think because we're going to have Jenny in on our next show. Who y'all think is hotter, Cory or Brian? Tweet at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, even at Instagram. You guys can tweet at us too, me at DJ Jesse J.
At Roxy Striar.
Until Wednesday, February 19th. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.